live.
Women United through United Way Quad Cities is focused on supporting early childhood education and kindergarten readiness, as we just heard, through their Ready by 5 program. And now they're inviting even more women to get involved. Joining us now from United Way Quad Cities are Angela Snyder, Chief Strategy Officer, and Annette Paraquito, who is on the steering committee and the co-chair for Women United. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you so much. I feel like we already learned a ton from that beautiful story that we just watched. Angela, I want to talk a little bit about support from Women United and really how that is helping families with different resources like the workshops that we just learned about. Are parents and families utilizing these workshops?
They are. Actually, this past academic year, we had 26 workshops that over 160 families participated in.
Wow. Okay. And more to come, right? You guys are
absolutely
constantly hosting these workshops. So Annette, remind us, for anyone who missed it, why Women United really puts such a strong focus on early childhood education.
Yeah, so early literacy is huge in the early learning space. When kids are ready for kindergarten, it just leads to them being successful down the road and really meeting that benchmark in 3rd grade. So whenever they are ready and reading at 3rd grade level at that point, then they're more likely to graduate high school and then more likely to go on to college or to a trade school or have a job in their communities.
Yeah, there is, heavy-duty research and statistics that really back up how crucial these years are, these early learning years. And so Annette, you've been a very active volunteer with Women United. So how did you get involved in the first place, and what inspired you to want to get involved in this organization?
So good question. We moved to the Quad Cities about 12 years ago, and I had some ladies reach out to me, and I knew right away whenever I spoke with them that the work that they were doing was very meaningful. And having an education background, I knew I wanted to be a part of something that was early literacy focused, early childhood focused, and this was a perfect match for me.
Yeah. What would you say to somebody who either they're watching right now, or maybe this is something that they've been toying with for a while? What would you say to encourage them to join this organization?
I think anyone would enjoy what we do and appreciate the impact that we're making. This is a very welcoming and inviting group of women who are very passionate about what we do, and they would have a great time and just really appreciate the work that's been done ahead of time for us by our founding members, and we're just trying to build on that momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Angela, there's a really great opportunity for anybody who may be thinking about joining or at least supporting in some way and wanting to get involved. So it's the Next Season in Bloom. This is an event that is coming up very soon. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's at Hotel Blackhawk on May 14th, and it's a chance for women who are ready for something meaningful and want to be a part of a community to join other women like them and do some great work for our kids.
Okay, so Hotel Blackhawk, it's coming up May 14th. It's an early evening, I would say. It starts at 5 p.m. There's even a special pre-party that guests can attend, kind of network a little bit. And would you say, Angela, this is a really good time for anybody who has questions to get those questions answered?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yep. So, and Annette, what would you say to somebody who is, thinking about attending this event, maybe a little nervous, or maybe they haven't, served before on any type of, nonprofit organization? What would you want them to know before they buy their tickets?
Come as you are. We're a lovely group of ladies who are so passionate about what we do, and like I mentioned earlier, it's a very welcoming group of women, and they don't need to know anyone that's already involved. They don't need to have any experience in this space. So just show up and be ready to have a great time and learn a little bit more about our mission.
Yeah, and I think that does make people feel a lot better. As soon as somebody says, you don't need any prior experience, right? Then we all feel more comfortable stepping into that room with all those people that you feel like may, have a more elevated background in serving on a board or through an organization. So Angela, before we wrap up, when it comes to this event, what would you say sets this apart from maybe other events that could be construed as somewhat like it?
This event is not for professional development.
Okay.
It is networking of a different kind.
Yeah.
And that networking will lead to great things for our kids. And it's also got a fun Bridgerton-inspired infusion to it. So.
Okay, I love to hear that.
Yeah.
And I am excited to be part of that event as well and to be supporting. So it's going to be just a fabulous day. If you want to learn more about Women United or purchase your tickets, of course, to the next Season in Bloom event, visit unitedwayqc.org/Women United. Angela and Annette, thank you so much for joining me in studio today. We really appreciate it. Yes, thank you. And thank you so much for watching Quad Cities Live. Please join us for our next live broadcast Tuesday afternoon at 3.